So I was making this video for so many times, and actually it came to me as a meditation, as an understanding, as a communication with you guys out there already for 2-3 weeks. And finally I'm sharing this video with you, and I hope you will find it beneficial to understand why there are men's circles around the world now, particularly in London, in Europe, in Paris, in everywhere. Men are gathering. Why there are men retreats, what we are doing there, what's the benefit. I'm just going to the topic, share it with you, and I hope you will get the vibration through this screen. And so I did my first male event 4 years ago, and that was an eye-opening experience for me to see other men going through the same experiences, same pain, having and finally starting to open up to support each other and to start to listen to each other and to agree and heal each other. That is most important core thing what I see in those events and what I have experienced since the first event. And how I did come to this is that I'm organizing events already, and particularly retreats, for 8-9 years. And in the first retreats which I attended as a student, as a participant, they were mostly women. And for me, always women were asking a question: why you are the only male? Why there's no males coming to retreats? And I have been to many retreats, and mostly like 90%, 80% are women. And that was 10 years ago. And the situation is changing, definitely, but still the trend is that women are really learning about the emotional world, about the spiritual world, about how all these things happen here. And we are, what I feel, and seeing a lot of males around me, I see that we are a bit stuck some years ago. And there is an information we need to share between each other by learning, by experiencing, by opening up. And that's why male circles are so important, in my opinion. And it's not, and the most important thing to understand is that it's not about building up the ego. I know some of the male circles are happening through the understanding that we need to build archetype. We need to remember something what we did 2000 years ago to understand who is male. I see it differently. I see that actually every male inside the body knows who he is. And there's such a different kind of males out there. Very strong, very masculine, very alpha, weak, maybe very spiritual, maybe very gentle. There's so many ways. It's like there's no two similar trees. They're different. They're kinds of trees. But every tree is different. So for me, the first, we are human with a soul. We are soul in a human body. And we are here to raise our consciousness. And masculine body is given to us to go through this experience, to increase this consciousness. If you will find a lot of spiritual materials and books, you'll find out that actually we are real spiritual persons getting out of the duality and is nor male nor female, and which is true. sometimes for some very developed person, you look at it and it's not clear. Is it a male or is it a female? And it's natural. And it's natural when you are very developed in your consciousness, and you have done and removed a lot of karmic questions and solved a lot of karmic questions. For most of the people around the world now, we are still in the process of development in a way that we need to live through our polarity, which is given by the nature. It is our choice. And to understand masculine polarity, to understand how deep it is, how powerful, how much consciousness is there, and then it's a beautiful path. It's a very beautiful path. And I am inviting you to this path, to the part where first we do every full moon, we do male circles. What does it mean? What do you do in a 3-4 hours event in the middle of the city? If there's a good weather, we do fire, and we sit by the fire. We do connection, we do talking, and then we do several practices which I have developed and which I have experienced myself during my spiritual path. And those practices include constellation. Those practices include meditation, ego cleansing practices, which comes from the Buddhist school, and also practice just sitting together by the fire, singing some songs, and just opening our hearts. Sometimes it's just like that. And we are joining more and more in these groups and in these events, because it's very important to hear how does male is dealing with his emotions, how he's dealing with his feelings, how he's dealing with his family, how he's dealing with his work, how he's dealing with his body, and definitely with the spirit, with the spiritual world as well. And so I feel that it's very important to group and to be together, and then the true exchange of the experience and healing can happen. Also, I am doing 2 retreats this autumn in France, and I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to focus on your inner world, to focus on your masculine power in a retreat, only together with other men. And that will be a very powerful experience, that will be a very transformational experience. And check another video about retreats. I will be happy to see you there.